Hello everyone, my name is TeoTube, and today, as some of you have requested, I will be making a second video for the World Cup jersey evolutions, this time based on the most suggested team, Argentina. They, mind you, unlike Mexico, who only has gone consecutively to the World Cup from 1994 to 2018, Argentina has an extra 20 years from 1974 to 2018. It's a pretty expensive career and a lot of good jerseys along the way. Of course, the earlier ones being a little basic, but pretty good nonetheless. So, I hope you guys enjoy this. Let us start with the 1974 West Germany World Cup. Here are Argentina's jerseys used in the 1974 World Cup in West Germany. On the left side will be the away jerseys across all of the slides, and on the right side will be all the home jerseys. For the first World Cup outing, or more accurately, the first consecutive one, because they did enter earlier, but they would end up not qualifying for others, is the first one that they've qualified for in a row. 1974, as I mentioned, it's quite barren. As you can see, it's made by Adidas, but that's all you see, the Adidas logo. You don't see any logo, you don't see the logo of the team, you don't see much design except on the away jersey, which weirdly enough I couldn't really find any official pictures of. This is the closest I can get. And yeah, notice there's no AFA logo that we've all known and loved. Nothing, it doesn't show up. There's not even a basic design to kind of like cover up this Floyd, and it isn't like other countries didn't do it. Brazil had their designs, and so did Germany. So it is kind of an oddball as to why Argentina themselves would not do it. But as you can see, you do kind of see where they get their where the design comes in, where it all started in terms of how they come up with their home and away jerseys, with the blue, with the dark blue representing away, and the light blue and the white stripes representing home. From a pretty bland jersey in 1974, we'll right now move on to 1978, where they were the host. But to anyone wondering, yes, I will actually mention their total ranking. In this World Cup, 1974, they ended up in 8th place in the second group stage. This is out of 16 players. Sorry, 16 countries, but... well, I mean 16 players in the World Cup, because you think of it, it's each country's a player. Trying to beat it all. Trying to beat them all. But yeah, they got 8th place, an equivalent to a quarterfinals. Or actually kind of around a 16, because if it's out of 16 countries, it would be kind of it, but we'll give them a quarterfinals appearance. So, after that, we'll go on to the World Cup they hosted back in 1978. As you can see, there is a noticeable improvement. You do see a very similar design, obviously, the blue and then the blue and white stripes. Although the blue and white stripes in this one are a little less light. They're still light compared to the away jersey that has a blue, that is a very dark blue, but it still looks pretty nice. They both look really nice. One thing to notice is that the Adidas logos actually change in color, obviously because the home one has white on it. If they were to add the white logo they have on the away jersey, it wouldn't really look right. But one thing you will also notice is that the AFA logo, the Argentina Football Association, also has a different logo design, with one having a white border with the blue and then the letters being white. It could also be that Adidas wanted to like have the Adidas insignia and then like the border and the Adidas like logo, and then also the logo for the Argentina Football Association also being around the same color. But I believe most people didn't like it, as I do not believe they ever did that again. But it does seem a little weird to have like a different design for the different jerseys, to have a different design for their logo, despite being from the same country, the same team. And if you think that this design change is weird, you should wait until the 1982 one in Spain. And to clarify right now, they actually won this World Cup. They would end up becoming the champions of the 1978 World Cup. Obviously, they were the hosts, so home field advantage. But it's still nice to win a World Cup. Whether you were host or not, it's always nice to win. So let's go on to the 1982 World Cup in Spain. As you can see, this is when they changed from the Adidas. Oh shoot, sorry. I accidentally moved. I gave you a little preview of their next one. But as you can see where they changed from Adidas to the French kit supplier Lecoq Sportif. And one thing to notice is that they did a similar thing with what they did with Adidas, where they changed it, white for the away and then black for that. But what they also did was they changed the logos to something completely different for the away one. It looks like a retro design, despite the fact that this is only the second World Cup that they actually had the logo on the jersey. So it's kind of nice. It's weird and kind of nice at the same time. Something to also point out is that on the away jersey, it actually mentions who made it, Lecoq Sportif. Whereas on the home jersey, it doesn't. Nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of a nice little detail to point out. It's kind of nice. Both designs kind of work out that way. They look basic, but like I mentioned earlier, mind you, these were World Cups in which kit designs weren't exactly what mattered. It didn't matter too much how a jersey looked. It mattered how you played. You would say that's how it is now, but let's be honest. People care a lot about the jerseys now than back then. Okay, so this was the one back in 1982. And weirdly enough, they actually didn't do so hot. They only got 11th out of 24th place. This would be the first World Cup where they would expand from 16 countries to 24 countries. So they would end up getting 11th place out of the 24 countries. Nothing too bad. That's not too bad. Nothing wrong with that. They were champions, so hey, just be happy they make it far. It's a really basic jersey, but let's go from 1982 to 1986. And now they actually did what I mentioned earlier. Now both designs have the Lecoq Sportif on both the home and the away jersey. And they both have nearly a similar design. They both nearly have now. The away one now has a similar pattern, except it doesn't have like those little leaves surrounding the bottom half of the logo. But apart from that, you could tell it's almost identical. It's a really nice design. And this will be the first time that the away jersey is anything other than just a straight blue. You notice that there's actually another like blue lines around the away jersey as well. It's a really nice touch. I really do like it. And in this World Cup, they were champions. In 1986, Mexico, the second World Cup ever held in Mexico. They were champions, beating West Germany. Obviously, this is the World Cup that would make a certain Diego Armando Maradona, rest in peace, famous. Obviously, with the hand of God. Oh, if I mention that, any Englishman's gonna hate me. Well, just did so. Too bad. Yeah, but these are a really nice design, and they go back to a simple light blue. And like I mentioned, I like how they added like blue stripes to the away one, and now it actually gives it more flair. It gives it a nice design. It isn't just basic blue. And it's a really nice touch. So now, from the 1986 World Cup in Mexico to the 1990 World Cup in Italy. This World Cup, they would get second place. They would lose to West Germany in 1990 in Italy. But second place ain't so bad. Come on, it's really nice. And these kits are really nice. And this is where it went from the Lecoq Sportif all the way to Adidas. I messed up. They would get Adidas back, and I believe it stayed that way the entire time. I don't think they've ever switched from Adidas again. I don't believe they've switched. So it's been with Adidas since 1990. And the kit's really well nice. You can see that little pattern on the away jersey, showing around, like being all around the jersey. It's a really nice touch. I like it. And then obviously the home jersey, I don't comment on too much because they are all pretty much the same. It's just a light blue with white stripes, but it's still really nice. And this is one of the first times where it's almost identical. This time it's only a little tiny bit of a difference, But honestly, I feel like it may just be because the blue one shows more of the details than the home one. The away one, the dark blue one, shows more detail on the logo than the home one. So, but they're both really nice. And for the 1990 World Cup, where they got second place, we'll go to the 1994 World Cup. For the 1990 World Cup in Italy, where they got second place, we'll go on to the 1994 World Cup in the United States, where they would end up not doing so hot. They ended up getting 10th place. Nothing too bad, but remember, let's show the jerseys. And these two I really like. They are beautiful. I really love how they're polos. That's something I really like in jerseys, weirdly enough. I'm just a sucker for jerseys that like double as both an actual jersey you can wear, like sports, and also a polo, because it like looks really nice. You can wear it anywhere and it doesn't look out of place. As you can see, they're both number 10 for Maradona. Obviously, right here, it's more in bold. I feel like with this jersey, they didn't add the Adidas flower logo that they normally tend to add. They just had the word Adidas stretched across, and that's what they did for most jerseys. But right now in this video, I'm only going to show the Argentina jerseys. But what's nice about this one is that not only did they make the stripes bigger, they were also like more... They were bigger, but they were also like... The light blue feels a little more natural. It doesn't feel faded. It could also be that the jerseys I showed earlier were just faded. They are pretty old, so it could just be that. But here is my favorite Argentina away jersey. Well, actually my second. Or actually, no, I'll give it a tie for my favorite Argentina jersey. It's really nice that those 3 black lines meant to represent Adidas. The iconic 3 stripes. It's really nice. It's beautiful. I just really adore it. And being black and then blue and then white for the numbers, and then the Adidas also being in white, while in the away with the home jersey it's black. It's really nice, and the logos here are actually identical. This may be the first one where it truly is identical, although I feel the 1990 one was identical too. But they're both really nice jerseys, and the fact that they're polo just really stands out that much more. I like it. In this World Cup, like I mentioned, they didn't do so hot. They only made they didn't make it past the round of 16. And this was the last World Cup Maradona would go into. He was kicked out due to drug abuse. It does suck, but it's life, you know. But they did. I mean, round of 16 isn't too bad. They got 10th place in the round of 16, I believe. Yeah, 10th place. So let's go into the 1998 World Cup in France. This was the first World Cup in which there were 32 countries. And so that means more competition, and they did decently in that one. They actually did really well, how I'm seeing it. Or am I not even decent? Well, but as you could see, the home and the away jerseys are really nice. This is the first one where they use a different shade of blue. It's really nice, and I like how on the sides, it's trying to mimic what they tend to do with the home jersey with white and blue. It's a really nice, and then here you could see the iconic Adidas insignia that we use today. No longer the retro one that you see on shoes, like this is the actual logo. Imagine that logo's that old. But it's really nice, and then notice how on the jersey, on the home jersey for the first time, they actually add a black like collar. It's really nice. Both jerseys are really nice. And they're just really nice. I'm sorry that I'm repeating myself, but they're really good. They really call out. They did really well in this World Cup, like I mentioned earlier. They got 6th place. 6th place. Really nice. Out of 32 countries, that is pretty well. For a good country. So from 1998, we go to the 2002 World Cup in both South Korea and Japan. This one, they did not do so hot. They unfortunately would not make it past the round of 16 and getting their lowest scoring, I believe. Yeah, they got their lowest scoring of their entire career at 18th place. Not a great start. But hey, at least the jerseys are pretty nice. Like I mentioned, this one actually kind of does a mix of what they normally would do with the blue, but what they did in the 1998 World Cup. Instead of trying to mix the home and away jerseys into the away jersey, they just added more of a blue to the armpit area to the arm areas of the away jersey. And then the home jersey is similar, except look, now it's just the blue and white. It's really nice. Like I mentioned before, these jerseys will all feel the same. You won't really be seeing too much change. But it's nice to kind of see that. You see a true evolution with that. It's not like other countries where they change their color and design every year. Well, sorry, every 4 years. Hopefully that biennial thing doesn't happen. Every 4 years where it's like a complete change. Well, yes, that does give it more creativity, but it also means you can't really like show evolution or true evolution, if you get my drift. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, they didn't do so hot. 18th place, their lowest scoring. Not even making it past the group stages. But on to that, we'll go on to the 2006 World Cup in Germany. This one they did decent. They got 6th place in the 2006 World Cup. And these jerseys are pretty nice. You can see the swerves on both of them, with the one on the away jersey like disconnecting, with the swerves themselves actually being the blue and white that the home jersey tends to use. And even the 3 lines on the Adidas logo on the away jersey mimicking the Argentina flag. It's really nice detail. Adidas, you did really well. And then obviously the Argentina, when you see the swerves, but this one's connected and it actually has a little bit of yellow outlining. Really nice. Really, really nice design there. It's really nice just seeing these designs. This is a true evolution from the previous ones I showed you before. They are really beautiful. Yeah, they did pretty well. They did slightly better in the next World Cup. Let me move over. This is the one used in the 2010 World Cup over in South Africa. These ones went back to basics. Nothing too wrong with that. It's kind of nice to go back to basics sometimes, to reference your past. It's really nice. And they did it kind of well. They actually did really well in this World Cup. They actually got 5th place. A little higher than what they did last time. They did really well. The jerseys are a bit basic. Some people may not like them, but it's really nice. Really, really nice. And what's good is that, similar to what Mexico did in their 2010 jersey, which I already pointed out in a previous video, they did that little like cuff thing. They only did it with the away one though. Notice on the home one, they didn't do that little like on the neck. They didn't do that little design. That's kind of nice. Kind of like differentiates the two. Doesn't show just using the same template. It's really nice. And from 2010, where they got 5th place, let's go to 2014, where they got 2nd place. Yep, this World Cup was a big one for me. And here, this is where I mentioned a tie for my favorite Argentina jersey. I love that away one. It's beautiful. It really it does the opposite of what the home one does, where it does vertical stripes, blue and white. It does dark blue stripes horizontally. It's really nice. And then gold for the Adidas logo, and then white for the stripes. Obviously, that jersey would be worn in the finals match where they would lose to Germany. Fun fact, by the way, I actually bet that Argentina was going to lose. I bet over $300, and lucky me that they did. I'm sorry for any Argentina fans watching this, which I expect a lot of you will be, because why would you watch it if you're not a fan? Maybe you watch it for history, like me. But yeah, I bet a lot of money that they would lose, and unfortunately for the fans, they did. Well, lucky me, because hey, $300 is $300. Woo! But like I said, and then the Argentina one, the home one, it's really nice because if you notice, let me try to zoom in. You notice that even on the blue lines, they have a little design where it kind of fades from the light blue that they normally would use to the more darker light blue, which is more commonly used, but you see like a little fade. It's really nice. I like that design. It's really beautiful. Like I mentioned earlier, they did get runner-up in this one, and let's go to the most recent World Cup that has happened. Mind you, that has happened. Okay, the one in Russia, 2018. Here's the design. This one's pretty nice. It's a really light blue for the home and the away, but obviously I'm going to point out to the home one. Really nice, nothing too much. There is like a kind of pixel element on the jersey, but it's not too noticeable unless you zoom in like what I'm doing right now. And then on the away jersey, they weirdly enough copy the designs that they had used previously for training jerseys. They would use this for training, but this is the first time I believe they used it for actual World Cup attire. Like they would actually use it as a jersey. It's really well done. I kind of like it, and I like how it's like a really dark color. It does bring out. Unfortunately, this is their second worst ever ranking in a World Cup, coming in 16th place, being the worst of the round of 16. They did not do so well, unfortunately. But don't worry, they already have qualified for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar. And let's see how well they do there. I really hope they do well. And there you guys have it. Argentina's World Cup jerseys from 1974 to 2018. With the 2022 World Cup fastly approaching, I am not too sure if I should make more countries before or wait until after the World Cup ends and then add those jerseys into the videos. I will make little short videos showing how Argentina and Mexico's 2022 jerseys will look. And hopefully they do look well. As I mentioned earlier, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Please like, comment what you think on the video, whether it's good, whether the comments be good or bad. Go ahead, just show me it. I will accept all criticism with dignity. I will take it to heart. Don't worry, no getting offended here. So that being said, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope to make some of these videos soon. Bye.